to me, it was a really great omen dream because I know all of this internal landscape that I have in my own head, right? That you would never have thought to ask about.
Sure.
Right? But I didn't get the part about the missing tools and the woman. I didn't even recognize that there were, I didn't pay attention to the people per se, because in my head I already knew who they were, right?
Sure, yeah.
I figured they were my staff, but she's not on my staff. I can't find a representation for her on my staff. And so I'm like, that's interesting. And so that's really helpful to sort of add that piece into the mix and go, okay, so I didn't find the tools, and I need the comedy relief, right? I need the chill and cool person, to be the voice of, hey, we're gonna get it done, and let's have wine, right?
Yeah. Celebrating the victories too. Afterwards, the decompression, and
so
the fruits of the labor as well too. So you've got and I didn't get the connection of the idea of making bread, making the money, having the results pay dividends is a fantastic thing too. So that fits very well. It's like, and I tell folks all the time is I'm the Dream Wizard. It's branding. What I think it's hilarious to grow my hair out and have a beard and woo, spooky woo, magic powers. But it's all just psychology. And I'm not the dream authority necessarily. I know a lot of things, but just because I thought of something doesn't mean it's true. Just because I give offer an understanding doesn't mean it's the only way to look at it. Sometimes you shift your perspective a little bit, you get a different answer. Definitely analyzing your own dreams. I tell folks, you can do this yourself. You know yourself better than anyone else. Mostly, sometimes a second opinion is good, but the tools are all inside you to kind of pull this stuff out and look at it. I just kind of just analogy popped into my head. I'm more of like a midwife for birthing dream understanding than actually applying, giving someone understanding from myself. So,
well, you're a symbology interpreter.
That's it. That's that. Yeah. And it's, I love.
We teach people how to do energetic and magical work, which I know isn't your paradigm, but it's very similar to dream interpretation in that fashion, because if I took magic and energy work out of it, I just talked about it, how the brain works and how we tap into the archetypal constructs of society and of our history and our literature and whatever, right? All of that is symbology, right? Mm-hmm. And so you have to learn how to speak the language of symbology in order to be able to interpret what's being presented to you. And once you do, then everything you ever touch from there forward is so much richer, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because movies, books, any sort of experience, this is the thing. So this is random, but Mamma Mia, the original movie that they did, which was of the original show, right, had a particular theme. It was an Aphrodite tale, right? It's an Aphrodite tale. And there are three aspects of Aphrodite: Ouranos and Pandemos. And so, you've got the mother and the daughter, and they had this mythology was that if you drink from the well of Aphrodite, you will find the love of your life. And then they did the second movie and they broke the paradigm, because the person who wrote it clearly did not understand that the reason why the first one was so wildly popular. And they broke it by having, one of the marriages was on the rocks, one of the people had died, the mother was totally not the person who was described in the first movie. It's just, everything was akimbo. Like the movie opened and I wanted to leave because it was so wrong.
Yeah.
So out of alignment, because they didn't understand their own internal mythology. Right.
Yeah.
And so, those are the sorts of things that happen when you don't speak fluent symbology, right?
It's true. And even say someone who was not as knowledgeable as you, they're still going to get that same feeling from the second movie, that sequel, that just what happened, it was this thing and it felt a specific way and it meant something. This is not that. We even get this just as gut instinct of like, this is not, these things are not the same. Yeah. So that's, that's what I try to do as much as possible, is just take, my crazy abstract nature, just this thing I do naturally every day all by myself, and try to bring it to people and say, have you thought of it this way? And it either works or it doesn't, and I look like a goofball, and sometimes I make sense and it helps people.